Yo, it's your boy Michael Trill Teo, and I'm here with the Ghetto Flower, Fresh Flower Podcast. You already know what it is. Got a very special guest today, very special episode, but I'm going to introduce my co-host. You already know what he is.
Q, you already know what's good.
I'm going to kick this episode off, but first, I just want to give a little background into our special guest today. She's someone that came across our radar pretty recently, and she's definitely climbing up her names in the ranks of underground artists in Chicago. So I'll stop talking, but I just want to introduce the one and only BBsubi.
Yo, what's up?
Thank you for coming through. Appreciate it. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling good. How you feeling?
I feel good. Another day at the Foxhole. Shout out Logan. Shout out the engineer in the back. But now I'm feeling good. Q, how you feeling?
I'm decent. We got you here today because you dropped a project recently, and our homie Don, part of the Ghetto Flower, shout out Don, he put us on to your music, and he told us about your release party.
Bro, and, why y'all ain't slide?
Yeah. He told us about your release party, but we actually had to. We actually had to do something the next day because we went to. It was a Nia J's release party. Actually, we went to, and we had to do. We did a Q&A there, so
okay.
So Don slid there and he told us everything about it because he
was representing for y'all. For
sure.
You feel me?
Shout out Don. So he slid there and he told us everything and all the good shit he had to say. So like just tell us about the release party and like how that kind of came about.
It was live. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't even gonna do it at first because that was my first time hosting my own event, and it's just like it's a lot of stuff that go into it that's kind of difficult. Like, and then just the stress of like, oh, this is my first time hosting something, so this is my first time seeing who's really like gonna come out for real, and
right.
like also just the experience of like showing your work to everybody and like they never heard it before. It's just like it's kind of it just made me really nervous. But shout out to my girl because she really was pushing me to do it. Like she actually found the venue spot for it because that was one of the main things that I wasn't like locked in. It wasn't locked in until like 2 days before type shit. So. But it was dope. Like, it had a great turnout, like, more than I ever expected, especially because I had invited everybody real last minute, like I said, like, 2 days before. And it was wild. Like, I don't know, everybody was vibing, and I got to see a whole bunch of, like, people that I've known my whole life, like, across the years. And also, I got to see people that I never knew, like, I didn't even know knew me type shit. So it was really cool.
That's what's up. Because this is what I always say, like, if you can get, like, 20 or so people in a room, like, don't even trip on that shit. That's powerful, bro. Like, that's for real powerful because they could be doing anything that fucking day, like, for real. Anything in life that day, and they gonna pull up and show love.
That's real.
And that's crazy that they, did that, for your project. And, like, that's insane. So did you perform there?
I did. I wasn't even really supposed to do all of it, like all that I did. Like I was going, I had Icy Bands. He was on a tape, and I had him open up like the listening party. He did a couple of songs, and then I was gonna let the tape play. And then when our song came on, we was gonna perform our song together, and then I would do like one other song or something like that. But we was having technical difficulties a little bit, so I'm like, man, I just gotta perform every single song of this. So I just performed every single song. So. It was raw though.
How was it? Like,
it was cool.
You're performing in front of those people for like the first time for that tape.
It was cool. Like, it was a small setting, so I didn't get to like overdo my performance. Like, I was just like basically feeding the lyrics to everybody. So it wasn't no stress on like keeping up with stamina or anything like that for real. So it was just chill, and it was love too because seeing the technical difficulties, it was kind of like annoying to me in the moment, but like seeing how everybody was reacting to it just gave me even more support and made me want to just keep going and just like, and then also it was an open bar, so I was a little lit, so I'm like, I don't even care no more. Like, I just didn't do this shit.
Have a good time. Fuck
yes.
Yes. So like, what did you learn from that? And like, how can you make it better like next time? Because I feel like you should have some merch that G-Shock. If you had some G-Shock hats there,
that's a lot of things.
Could have popped some off.
For real, I had some. The only thing I had for real was some posters up and some stickers. I wanted to have like some shirts made. I wanted to get some more of these made because I actually do have some hats left. But since, like I said, I feel like I didn't put enough. I didn't have enough time to prep beforehand. Like I think I was prepping for like at least like 2 weeks. But like with the merch, I was thinking like I still wasn't sure if I was gonna have it. I'm like, I don't know. So let me not put the money into getting the merch if I don't know if I'm finna still go through with this. So then by the time it was time, I had to focus on a whole bunch of other stuff that I didn't even get to get all the extra. And then another thing I would say that next time when I do a show for sure is a sound check, because that's what I didn't do. And I was just like hoping that everything would work out, and you really can't do that for real. Like you actually have to practice a little bit before like, and yeah. But outside of that, like I think everything went well. But I do always think it's something that you could learn from like every experience you have or whatever, every show you throw. Like it's something to learn, like and to grow from type shit.
Yeah, hell yeah. Because you're definitely starting off, in the right way, for real.
Yeah, I
having that
appreciate
release
it.
party, having a dope project. And that's kind of like what I kind of want to, we're going to kind of go back and then we're going to go forward. You feel me?
Let's take it back. Let's take it back.
Yeah, so like kind of like what were like your influences? Because when we listen to the project, we were like, there's a lot of, different like sounds we hearing, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So like, what kind of like were your influences, I guess, music-wise? We'll start off.
For this tape, I would say I don't really know like who I can say truly inspired me. I just wanted to be able to create my own sounds, really. Like I know that I have an alternative sound in all my music. Whether like I always wanted to do like R&B and rap and stuff like that, but I didn't know that I wanted to do like an alternative take on all of that stuff till like a year ago or 2 years ago,
Really?
2 years ago or whatever. So I wouldn't say, and honestly, I do listen to like alternative music, but not to the point where I could really sit and name people like that. I always feel like what's their names? I can't even think of their name right now. That's what you get when you let your heart win.
Look, bro, don't even know.
I have no idea who that is. I ain't gonna cap.
Paramore.
Paramore.
I'm tweaking. Right.
Logan.
I fuck with Paramore hard. Like I fuck with like a couple of different artists. I like Willow Smith and I like Pink Panthers.
Dope,
and
dope.
I like
Damn, how the fuck I did not get Paramore, bro? Damn, that was good.
how did I not get Paramore?
Right.
Like
That
I
was good.
forgot
That was
that
good.
shit.
Wow.
How did you discover like that kind of music?
Honestly, like my friends put me on when I was like in high school. They was playing Paramore and they was dancing around and I'm like, what is this? Because I was not used to it. And then I'm like, this is a vibe. Like I need to tap in. But honestly, like the main thing that I think is like I felt like I was good at writing that type of stuff. And that was like when I was like, okay, I gotta tap into like this because I feel like I could be better at singing, but I know like my capabilities with belting and my capabilities with like melodies and stuff like that, and I felt like it was the perfect genre for my voice. So I'm like, I want to write this. I want to write is my main thing. So whatever genre can fit my writing and can fit my voice is what I'm gonna do. So I feel like that's really the inspiration behind it is just pulling from what I know that I can do and my desire to create.
Oh, that's dope.
Damn,
That's dope.
that's that you definitely broke it down very well. And like, what other like I guess influences like did you have like when you were like I guess before like 2 years ago, you know what I'm saying?
And even like outside of music as well.
Yeah. So I always been creative. Like when I say I was young, like I don't really know how I got into like being an artist for like when I was younger. Like I don't know what made my mind go to that, but I would be inspired by like people like Billie Holiday, like jazz and stuff like that. Like, cause my mom would play it, but not that much. I was just like, I just attached to it, and I just really liked it. And I would tell her, "Oh, I'm gonna be a jazz singer one. I'm gonna be a blues singer." Didn't even know what I was talking about, but I constantly was like trying to put myself in spaces to be creative. Like I did theater, I did musical theater. I went to a art school for high school. It was called Shy Arts, and a lot of that stuff I feel like was just prep for me for right now. Also did poetry and stuff like that in elementary school. I think my first piece of writing I probably ever wrote, I was 9. So like I was doing this stuff. Oh, and I also went to like a theater camp like for a couple of years every summer and stuff like that. So I was doing all of this stuff to like put forth my desire to be creative, but I never knew what I was gonna do. Like I never knew where I was gonna take it. And I always wanted to be a singer. That's what I knew for a fact. But I was always a little insecure about my voice. Like insecure, like, do I have the voice to like actually keep people's attention? Like, do I have the voice that's like gonna put me in the game for real? Yeah. And I feel like all of that stuff really don't matter when you raw. Like, when you get down to it, because people using auto-tune, all type of stuff, like, people doing all types of T-Pain, like, he really, like, set the stage for that. Like, you really don't have to, and then even the pop scene, like, all of these pop stars, they don't really have to be able to sound like Whitney Houston to go up for real. Yeah, so once I realized that, I really just started working and going crazy. I would say that I, like, as far as artists, like, I'm from Chicago, so seeing other artists like do their thing as far as like Kanye West, I would say Chance, Queen Key, all of these people, like they inspire me because like you're seeing it firsthand, like you're seeing it with your own 2 eyes, even if you don't know them personally. Chief Keef, you seeing this stuff happening, you vibing with all of, like you vibing with their music, and it's very inspiring. Like and like we don't like I don't feel like also lucky. I don't really make the same type of music as these people, but they're from where I'm from and they're showing me like I could do it. I could do this shit.
Right,
like
exactly.
I could do this shit.
Exactly. No, that's 100. That's 100.
Yeah.
And you bring up theater school. Like, what was you doing in theater school?
Bruh, like for a long time I thought that I was gonna be on Broadway. I can't lie to you.
Really?
Yes, like I thought that was my life calling for a second. Like I did like at my grammar school, I would do all the plays. I joined like the actors workshop that they had there. And then I would audition to productions outside of school. And then like I said, I was in theater camp and stuff. And when I was in theater camp, I met this girl who was older than me, and she was a counselor, and she was going to Chi Arts, which it's the Chicago High School for the Arts. And they have different like sections. They have different conservatories where everybody like you audition to get into it. So I auditioned for creative writing and I auditioned for musical theater because, like I said, I knew I liked to write, and I knew that I wanted to do some type of like showcase, like I wanted to sing and stuff like that. So I ended up getting into the musical theater program. So I was doing musicals my whole high school career, and then I went to college for theater, but that didn't really work out that much. I just dropped out of college after a while. I'm like, I actually only got 1 semester left of college, but like it was just like I wasn't forming the connections that I really wanted to and stuff like that. And I realized that I wanted to be like a comedian type of thing. When I was in college, I feel like, because that would be, in high school, that would be the main roles that I would get was like the comedic relief and stuff like that. But I'm like, if I'm going to do that in the future, I have to do music first so that people will take me serious.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, my mom told me that too. She was like, if you notice, like, the artists, like, some artists that are actors and singers, like, they didn't really start off as actors and then became a singer. They usually singer,
way harder,
actor type thing. So I just started going in on the music once I realized that.
Damn. So how long ago was that? You said about a year ago, 2 years ago?
Well, when I started going in on the music,
like,
so my
serious.
first time getting in the studio, I was 18. I didn't never release anything till last year, 2022.
And so you're just holding on to stuff?
Yes, because the one thing I did care about was like the quality and stuff like that, and I just wanted to practice. And it would be moments where I was feeling like, oh, like I'm taking too long to drop. Like people not gonna even, like when I drop, people are gonna be like, what is she doing? I never heard she wanted to do music before. Like whole time I was doing this all behind the scenes and stuff for a while. But I'm like, shit, like once I got more confident in my writing is when I was like, okay, I'm gonna release. But before then, I was just like, I felt like I had like writer's block, and I felt like whenever I wrote, I wasn't vibing with it myself. So I'm like, okay, if I'm not vibing with it, I want to like my music first. That's what I want to like my music first before I can, cause then people are gonna have opinions, but as long as I know like I'm listening to this shit, then because I don't know, but I feel like maybe everybody feel like that, and that's why they release. But I don't know, like. For me personally, I would go in the studio because my brother had a studio in his crib at one point. So I would go in there whenever and just record stuff. It would not be like mixed, mastered, or nothing. And I would just listen to it over and over, and I would just be like, something's missing. Like I don't feel passionate about this. Like this is cool, and like it's not. I'm not saying it wasn't good or anything like that, but it's just like I don't feel like I'm gonna show this to the world right now. Okay. And then once I feel like the main thing was I had to experience something that made me feel passionate in my writing. Like I had to, like at the time I was experiencing stuff and I was writing about the things that I was going through, but nothing that was like really like heart wrenching to the point where I'm like I'm leaving it all out. Like I'm going in the studio and being like, oh, like, and once I had that experience, that was like, okay. Like I'm raging or something like that. That's when I was like, yeah, I'll fuck with this. Like I feel like other people would too. Like because you could feel my passion in it.
Is that the moment where like you started, I guess, like sort of sharing your art with the world, like where you starting to send it out to more people and sort of put it out there a lot more?
Yeah, I was just about to ask that. Like when you caught the stride, you're like, I'm fucking with this.
Yes, I felt like I felt passionate about it at that time. So I feel like other people would be able to connect with it better. So I feel like, like I said, I feel like if you like your stuff, then somebody else gonna like it too. And I feel like that's why I started to release more at that time.
I wanted to ask you too. It's something I always ask our guests, but how did you get the name BBsubi? Is that something you came up with, or was it kind of given to you by your friends and family? Or tell us a little bit about that origin.
So BBsubi, my name is Subira. That's my real name, and everybody calls me Subi. So since I was little, everybody called me Subi. I started telling everybody to only call me Subi, like when I went to high school, because I ain't want nobody to fuck up my name. So I'm like, just call me Subi, just call me Subi. So everybody pretty much knew me as Subi. And then my friends started calling me BB, so I just added it to BBsubi. I just put it together.
Oh, okay, for sure.
And I was thinking like BB would be cool because people could I could make different meanings to it. Like it could be considered baby Subi. It could be considered beautiful Subi. Like it could be considered all of this different type of stuff. Like I haven't made no specific like acronyms for it, but yeah.
You got room to play around.
Yeah.
And it's very unique when you type it in, you know. It's
exactly. It's marketable like that.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Also, the Subi jeans. I actually got on Subi jeans right now. But
on brand.
Bro, I'm like they stole my fucking flow, but I looked up, I think that they was made like a year before I was born, so I'm like whatever. But yeah. But I thought that would be on brand too. Like maybe people would think that I named myself after some designer or something like that. But really, it's my name. But like
that's tough.
I was thinking that would be cool too if people thought about it like that too.
That's even tougher. Yeah, because then people are like, damn, that's her actual name. Like, that's raw. But I want to bring up the track G-Shock.
Oh, bro, you see the hat?
Yeah. Let's bring up that. Like, how'd that track come about? And I like the cover art that you had and everything. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. And Nick, he made that cover art. But man, I don't really know. Like, I was just trying to find some new, like, as far as the beat and stuff. I was trying to find some new sounds that I liked, that I could rap on, that was still considered alternative. I was feeling like I want to do all the genres that I want to do, but make it alternative. So I was just searching up beats and stuff like that. I end up finding a beat, and a lot of times that's what I do. I like find a beat that I like, and then I'll start writing to it. So that's basically what happened, and shit, at the time of my life, I was feeling like somebody was playing with me. So I said, hey, like, you know, my first bad bitch. And I always, and you know, like the way I write sometimes, I just think about like phrases that I've said before or like stuff that I've thought about before. And I've always said that, like, I always say certain stuff like that, like, man, you're not the first one. Like you did not do me in. You wasn't the first heartbreak for real. Like I've had plenty before that. It's like, yeah, this is little shit to me. Like, and maybe it did hurt the soul a little bit, but it's like that makes me feel better. Like that makes me feel better to say that. So shit, so that's how it all started. And then with that too, I was like focused on like talking about a situation that happened, but also talking about myself. Because I feel like a lot of times when I used to write, I used to talk about somebody else and what they did and all this stuff. And then I'll start listening to the writers that I enjoy, and they talk about other people in their songs, but a lot of times they keep it back to themselves. Like, yeah, you did me wrong, but I'm glowed up and I'm doing me. Like, and I really wanted to like work on like my writing in that way too. Like, it could be about me. Like, this could be about me, and I feel like other people connect with that too more because it's like if they listening to the song as if it was them, they like this about me too. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's how the song really got like created.
What made you give it the name G-Shock?
So in the song, I say, "Why you shocked how fast I got a new one?" And me and my best friends, I got 3 best friends since 4th grade. We all got G-Shocks, and we just be taking pictures like this with the stuff.
Oh, that's
and,
tough.
Yeah, so it was already on my mind, and I was thinking like I'll just name it G-Shock, and like it's like G. Even if you put like G-Shock, like I'm a G and you're shocked, like it's just different things I was thinking about when I was making the name, and then I was thinking like it would be cool to like bring that back type shit, like because. I remember 1 and 1 when I was little, when I was a kid. Like my brothers would have that shit, and I would want one too. And like I think it's always cool to like bring the past to the future because people will resonate with it more, and like people gonna click on it just because that shit say G-Shock.
Right.
So yeah, that's why I decided to name it that.
And it's like it could be like a part of your like branding too and shit
Hell
like that. Yeah, that make a lot of sense.
Right, wait, one day maybe they'll sponsor me.
The G-Shock
Right,
deal.
exactly. Yeah,
Sponsor me, G-Shock. Put y'all on.
Tap in.
yeah, tap the fuck in. But that's a track on your new project, Stardusk. So like, just explain that, like, you know, break down like the meaning.
Man, so Stardusk, like when I
and also cover art cool as hell too.
Thank
like,
you.
know, you
Futuristic.
you're killing on the cover art.
Okay, I got multiple things to say about this, but first off, Stardusk, I feel like the reason why I named it Stardust is because when I was listening to my music, before I even had all the tracks finished, I was like thinking like this stuff is sounding kind of like futuristic, kind of like not futuristic, kind of like dreamy a little bit. Maybe futuristic and dreamy, maybe like sparkly. Like I didn't know how to describe it. And I was telling my friends, like I was telling my brother, my older brother, and my friends, I'm like, I need help because I want my stuff to. I want it to sound like how the music sounds. I want the title to sound like how the music sounds. So I was thinking like we had a lot of different options that we was coming up with. Some pixie dust, some this. Like I think that's what I told them. I wanted it to say something about pixie dust, and then like this year, I don't know, it's been about stars for me. So I literally got stars tatted on me this year. Like I've been wearing a lot of star clothing and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, maybe we could do something with stars since that's been like my vibe this year, and that's when I've been writing over the span of the year type shit. So I was thinking that about the stars and stuff like that, and my best friend said that I should add I should say Stardusk because dusk means like the end of something, and I feel like we was closing out a chapter with this EP tape type shit. So that's how it came together. So Stardusk is like stars in the sky and like the end of something and putting a close to it.
Dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope. Cause like all the tracks are like you said, like when you break it down, like you said, like alternative in your own way.
Yeah.
Because you do got some R&B vibes on there. You do got some vibes on there. You spin some bars too, and then it's all with
Appreciate
the alternative vibe, and I think that's dope. And then you in the track, you in the project with Venus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that track was dope. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
intergalactic. That's the word that I was looking for. Like it's, that one especially, Venice especially, it got like an intergalactic type of sound to it.
Yeah, and it felt like it just like kind of ended it perfect. Like it
Yeah.
was, definitely like flowed well. Like what do you feel like is like the most like, I guess important track on there, like your favorite?
Man, that's a hard question. Important.
Or just like your favorite?
My favorite is gonna be PS. I love PS. I don't know why. Like I just felt like that like I wrote that in like an hour almost. Like I really wrote that shit like in an hour or two.
Is that
And
long or short for you?
short.
Oh, okay.
Like cause like it be taking me a couple of days sometimes to finish a song. Like maybe like not that long. Like it won't take me super long to create a song if I'm really like focused in on it. But like an hour, I've never finished a song in an hour. Like it was just flowing too well. And then when I got in the studio, I was just feeling real vibey. And then like hearing it complete, I was just like, I never heard myself sound like this before. And I feel like that was the first time I rapped in my lower register. And I liked how I sound in that way. So yeah, I fuck with it. And like, I don't know, it made me feel like I don't know if this too much, but this too much of a topic, but it kind of gave me some gender euphoria type shit with that shit because sometimes I be feeling like a little more masculine in my masculine bag, and in that song I was feeling more masculine type shit, and I feel like it was cool to be able to express that in a song,
Right.
and like other people being able to listen to it because like a whole bunch of guys was hitting me up about that song saying like how this the track for the niggas type shit, and I'm like, man, I don't know what you're doing, what you talking about. I don't know what you're talking about, but like, I get it, cause that's how I was feeling. Like, I was in my bag. Like, yeah, I'm a real nigga in this bitch. So, yeah, I feel like that's my favorite song, cause I feel like in my glow the most in that song.
Okay, it makes you feel good. Type
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
But I like other songs on there. I would say All Nighter.
Yeah, that's one of my.
Because,
I got that one written down. That's one of my favorite slaps.
For sure. I think that one might be the most important song. That song was one of the songs where I realized that I could write about other people and not myself. Like, because the song was inspired by somebody else that I knew who was telling me situations and like stuff. And she was like, make a song about something, like anything that you feel like I would write. And I was like, oh, okay. So that was the first time I ever wrote from somebody else's perspective, and I thought that it was pretty cool. It still had like probably pieces of me in it, of course, but I'm like, I was thinking about her, and I was writing it specifically, like trying to think about her story. And also, I just feel like that was one of my most lyrically, like metaphor wise, like songs that I felt like it was good. And I don't know how to describe that, but yeah, and I really enjoy the sound, the beat, and stuff like that.
Yeah. I fucked with that. I got All Nighter, G Shock, and Seeing Roses.
Seeing Roses, yeah.
Those are my.
G Shock, of course, that was a single. I dropped
I
that
got
before the tape, and then Seeing Roses, yeah. Me and Icy went up on that.
Yeah,
out
those
Icy.
are my. Yeah, those are my for sure favorites. But yeah, we got just two questions left.
Okay.
So, what do you feel like is like kind of like the hardest thing about being an artist? You know, like if you could just pinpoint just something, because like
Okay.
you're honestly doing well.
Thank you.
I feel like what's like kind of like the hardest like thing. I guess that you learned so far. You feel
I
me?
think the hardest thing really is just like being consistent, because if you are not like making money off of it yet, it's kind of hard to continue to do it. You have to be really passionate about it and really have faith in yourself and really believe in yourself to do it, because it's really an investment for real. Like you really have to put in your money for it. Like I damn near the first EP that I dropped, I went broke off that shit. I only had 5 songs on there, I think. 5 songs on there. I was just going to work. Every check that I got, I was part-time working too. every check that I got, I was going to the studio. Every check, I was going to the studio because, and I had to block other people out. I couldn't really date because like I'm not gonna be able to pay for nothing.
Right,
I could only
right.
pay for myself and invest in myself. And I feel like that's something that people don't really talk about with like making music. I feel like people be trying to flex sometimes. Not everybody, and I'm not trying to be
They
negative.
just don't want to talk.
Yeah, but people don't want to talk about that
The
part of
financials,
it. And it's like, shit. I'm gonna talk about it because I don't care. Like I went broke in 2022. No,
I bounced back.
right?
Now I'm up.
But for sure, like, and I think that would be like just like telling yourself like this is for a greater cause. This is for the greater cause.
Yeah.
Even if you're not seeing the streams right away off that shit, like it's for a greater cause because you feel good about this. This feels good to you. You know this is your path. This is your way of life right now. So yeah,
No, that's true. That's true. And then at the end of the day, you're still affecting people, no matter
exactly.
how small that is. And if you keep working at something, you only gonna get better.
yeah,
Plain and simple, you only gonna get better.
I agree. You
And-
see it.
For real. And the last question we wanted to ask you is like, kind of like, what's the goals, kind of like for next year? Like, what do you want to do? You feel me? Because you already ended this year out, pretty well. So like, what do you want to do?
I really wanted to drop I really want to drop another single before the year is over.
Oh, okay.
So I guess
sure,
that's
for sure.
exclusive.
Yeah, let's get it.
Sneak peek.
But for next year, for sure, like I really, since I dropped two tapes or whatever. So I feel like next year I really want to just focus on dropping like consistently. So singles
Hell yeah, let's go.
and like
Let's
features with people. So next year I might not do a tape. Maybe I will do a tape if I'm inspired enough to do one. But I really think like right now I'm just want to focus on like just getting heard more and And I feel like the best way for me to do that is being like consistent as fuck. Like if that means dropping like once a month, dropping every couple weeks, like that's what I want to try to attempt to do next year. Cause I just really want people to see like I'm not taking no breaks off this shit.
Right. And like you said, it don't matter if it's a week or a month. Just write it down. If that's what you want to do, just
stay consistent.
Just stay consistent, bro. Well, we appreciate you.
I appreciate y'all. Thank you. I think this is a great space for new underground artists and all type of shit. Like, I really appreciate y'all what y'all doing for the city of Chicago, for real.
No, 100.
That means
we'll
a lot.
End on
for
that
real.
note. Fresh Flowers Podcast.
BBsubi.
Appreciate you. We out.
Tap in, Stardust out now. Go get that.
Let's get it. Bow, bow, bow.